Have you ever wondered what lurks in the woods, lakes, and caves around you? Whether something like Bigfoot could actually exist? Welcome, listeners, to the Cryptid Conference. My name is Anderson, and I'm here to tell you about the things you never knew you shared the Earth with.
This week's cryptid is one that I can almost guarantee you haven't heard of. This cryptid has been haunting the sands of the Gobi Desert for many, many years. It can be considered a cryptid or a mythological creature, and it has been pursued by both cryptozoologists and credited academics alike. Today we will be discussing the Mongolian Death Worm. The Mongolian Death Worm is pretty much exactly what you would expect it to be. It was first brought to Western attention by the 1926 book On the Trail of Ancient Man, written by Roy Chapman Andrews, an American paleontologist. In the book, he cited the Mongolian Prime Minister Damdinbazar, who in 1922 described it as, quote, shaped like a sausage, about 2 feet long, has no head nor leg, and it is so poisonous that merely to touch it means instant death. Andrews published this information again in his book, The New Conquest of Central Asia, published in 1932, this time adding that, quote, it is reported to live in the most arid, sandy regions of the western Gobi. However, Andrews did not believe in the creature. It is said that it inhabits either the western or southern Gobi. It is described in legend as traveling underground, creating waves of sand on the surface that allow it to be detected. It primarily lives and burrows underground, only coming to the surface to eat. It is said that it can kill its prey from a distance, either by spitting venom or by means of an electric shock. Russian paleontologist and science fiction writer Ivan Yefremov wrote a short story about it. During the span of 1946 to 49, Ivan was studying fossils in the Gobi Desert, and he wrote that he had heard the legend many times, though no one claimed to have actually seen it. A man named Ivan Makurel led small groups into the desert in search of the worm on 2 occasions, in 1990 and 1992 respectively. In the novel Dune by Frank Herbert, giant fictional sandworms can be drawn to the surface by rhythmic thumping. Inspired by this, Makurel constructed a motor-driven thumper and even used small explosions in his effort to find the creature. A New Zealand reporter named David Ferrier took part in an expedition in August of 2009. He interviewed locals who claimed to have seen the creature and determined that sightings peaked in the 1950s. In 2005, Richard Freeman, a zoological journalist from the Center for Fortean Zoology, mounted an expedition but came up empty-handed. He concluded that tales of the worm had to be exaggerated and that sightings could likely be contributed to an unknown species of worm lizard. The Tartar sand boa is a species of snake that is endemic to Asia, and it is now thought to be the explanation for many sightings. In 1983, a specimen of Tartar sand boa was shown to locals who claimed to see the worm, and they confirmed that it was from the same creature. Very little is really known about the Mongolian death worm. It is a mysterious cryptid that has somewhat faded away, and while it is far less culturally prevalent than other cryptids, it is often referenced in material that comments on, takes inspiration from, or celebrates cryptozoology as a whole. Many of us Westerners may not have heard of it, but many people that live in the areas where the stories come from still very much believe in it. It just goes to show you, one man's cryptid might be another man's neighbor.
Thank you for listening to the Cryptid Conference. I hope that you have found this journey educational and that you'll be back next week to learn about something new.